Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So, one thing we could take away from when Kelsey Mitchell she speaks from the heart, she speaks from the truth, she speaks with compassion and conviction. And when she talks about how backcourt made Caitlin Clark, it's genuine, it's love, and it's meaningful. And she was on this podcast, same podcast Lisa Leslie was on, and she was asked about the Olivia Miles situation, the NIL, and she talked about how Caitlin was able to navigate that, and having so much pressure on her and how well she did. And it's interesting because we have seen now that a few of the projected draftees for college supposedly coming out is not coming out. Now they are staying in college. Olivia Miles, now Flajay Johnson. And Olivia Miles she actually is transferring from Notre Dame. Now they said TCU is the team that's going to lock her down. We don't know yet. They probably gonna throw all the money at her. And it makes sense. Now, will she be a top 5 pick in 2026 when you have a lot of other candidates coming out? Don't know. So, but I'm gonna let y'all listen to what Kelsey had to say. Then I'm gonna chime back in.
But you just talked about being very loyal, especially in like your fever.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on
It's
transfer
a blurred line. I think for me, because I still play,
Right.
I'm still like actively in it, and I get to see I was fortunate enough to see like Caitlin and the experience that she got from it, and even like learn to just watch it like, damn, this shit is crazy. They actually just getting paid millions for this. You don't believe it. Like, you don't believe it. I promise you. I just and I grew to respect people like Caitlin because she handled it so gracefully, like the process, because it gets overwhelming.
100%.
So the thing with Olivia, I'm sure whatever she decided to do, I'm going to say that was for her and what she needed for her career. But I hope consciously that they make decisions based on what they need for themselves.
Yeah.
And I say that humbly. Not all money is good money.
There you go. Put it
Humbly.
on a
Put it
Go
on
card.
check.
Clock it. What they say, clock it. Clock the T.
Yeah,
But no, I mean it's literally.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're fortunate to go anywhere they want, do whatever they want. That's just the way that they're on, and I think they deserve it.
Right.
I just think that all money is not good money. Hopefully that she decides whatever she decides to do is for her.
Yeah.
And she's go where she loved and where she's celebrated, not tolerated. So
That makes sense. I
And
love
I think
that.
that's
And you hear what she had to say about that, because the fact of the matter is that with NIL, even in college football, we have seen it. We have seen it. I've seen it more in college football than I have seen now in women's basketball. And women's basketball is probably taking the page out of college football, because you look at um, some of the top quarterbacks, they transfer. You seen Cam Ward, he left Washington State. Miami Hurricane threw the bag at him. He came to sign for 1 year. Now he's being drafted, potentially number 1 in the NFL draft. Then you look at Carson Beck, who played for Georgia but got hurt, and he transferred out. Next thing you know, Miami's offered him another bag. Same thing with Will Howard. Same thing with a lot of these athletes. So NIL, when NIL came along, NIL was, a lot of people just been recognizing it from college football, because they have the most money they could spend and get these athletes. But now you look at it in college basketball and for men and the women's side, and they taking the opportunity. It's a business decision. At the end of the day, it's a business decision. And you're giving athletes more power than they ever had before. And if they feel like they don't want to stay to a school, or they don't see this team doing something the following year, why would they stay? Some people think that with Olivia Miles is something dealing with um Hannah Doggo. Whether it's true or not, I don't, But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a business decision. And if she goes to TCU, it's money. She wants the opportunity to get out of the spotlight. She wants to show her own talent, for the world to see. She want to lead a team for herself. She don't, some players like that because you think about it. As successful Caitlin Clark was at Iowa, she had running mates, but she was the star of the team. She ran the team. And maybe Olivia Miles said, hey, you know what? I might want to do what Juju, I might want to do what Caitlin is doing, lead a team. I don't want to play it with a bunch of talent. I want to see how well I could carry a team. Not like how UConn is or South Carolina is. It's like I want to be that. She probably looked at what Haley Van Lit did. Transferring from Louisville to LSU, didn't get a lot of shine. She transferred out and left and went to TCU, and she was the leader of that team. So she look at it because you think Haley's leaving, Sedonia Prince might come back, then you got Olivia Miles. They might get more talent in there, and she has a chance to probably make the Final Four or the finals next year. So it's a business decision when you look at it in that sense of purposes. So, and then Kelsey also talked about, you know, what it is to have DeWanna Bonner and the new free agents there. And she's like, how grateful she was about it, and she let it know it it was, she get to still pass the ball to Caitlin. So take a listen.
Like it's just like I've never. She's won so much with DT. She's one of the ones that not a lot of people I think talk about as far as winning is concerned, as far as like seeing it all and doing it with some of the best. And so she played with Bree G, and she watched DT, break records and be the best guard I've ever seen. So I get to learn and soak up a lot of knowledge. And then I get to pass it to Caitlin. So it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
I love that.
Well, that's cool. And like I said, man, Kelsey Mitchell, all sense of purposes, I'm glad she's back with the fever. I'm glad that she made a decision to come back. She wanted to come back. And having all the veterans where she can actually learn from and still be a vital contributor to her backcourt mate, and Caitlin was glad to have her back because Caitlin is not going to try to, she don't, if she have to, she would, got used to, have to develop chemistry with somebody else, but having that chemistry with Kelsey Mitchell means more than anything because they did develop a friendship, a bond, and chemistry on and off the court. And so to hear Kelsey talks about her like that means a whole lot because, like I said, there's no backcourt in this game in the W that's better than them. They the best backcourt, the dynamic duo. You know what I'm saying? Um, you got Mini Flash and you got Caitlin Clark Kent. So it's going to be great to see. It's going to be great to understand and how this is going to affect them two when they get on the court. I'm looking forward to it. Now, she did also say that, they talked about more things about Caitlyn and said that, and Kelsey said it's Caitlyn, it's all, it's all Caitlyn, so, and the one thing is they had to get used to Caitlyn's star quality, being a superstar, being, um, in the spotlight, having all of these fans because we've seen it. The W is not used to that much of attention. And when Caitlyn come along, you see how they look, you see how they acted, and they still act this way. So take a listen to this last clip.
Fever's been making some fun
Yeah.
off-season moves. How you
it's
feeling?
hot, Caitlin.
It's hot there.
Damn it, Caitlin.
And she said, it's Caitlyn. Damn it, Caitlyn. And you know why she said that? It's because the fact of the matter is that everybody wants to play with Caitlyn. You think Kelsey Mitchell would have stayed in Indiana if Caitlyn wasn't there? No. Leah Boston would have been the only person on the team. You think you think about it. Lexi Hall contract is up after this season. You think she would have stayed if Caitlyn was there? No. You think any, Doncic would have stayed? A lot of these players would have left. They would have left this team. This team would have been in a lottery pick again this year. They probably would have been. They probably would have picked Paige. You know what I'm saying? They probably would have picked Paige, or they probably would have went after Caitlyn. Depends. It just goes to show you how everybody wants to come to Indiana now. Like I said before, when this free agency situation had jumped off and everything, all of us, even myself included, we was all on the Satu Sabli thing. We thinking Satu Sabli was coming. We felt like she was coming. She was taking pictures, hanging out with Aaliyah Boston, and maybe Aaliyah Boston was trying to recruit her. Said that, hey, you need to come. You know, but Satu chose otherwise. But she didn't. Her choice was facilities. It wasn't her choice about, hey, I want to play and I like what Indiana doing. I want to have a chance to win a championship. She talked about facilities. She didn't talk about having chemistry or growing and trying to win. She went to Phoenix for her own selfish reasons. So that was that. But at the end of the day, it's not like the Indiana Fever is not putting things in place. Because after 2026, after they sign these deals, after this season, rather, you could say after 2025 season and free agency hit again, and the Indiana Fever wins the championship, yeah, I'm speaking into existence. That's just what it is. A lot of people gonna want to come to Indiana, but I think they'll run it back with this team. They'll probably add some more pieces, but everybody's gonna want to play with Indiana. They're gonna look at us like, dang, because we still don't know what Satu contract is with Phoenix. We don't even know if it's a 1 year deal or they trying to sign her long term. Maybe she just want to wait it out, see what it looks like. So we don't know. We thought she was gonna go to New York and play with her sister, but that didn't happen. So all of these deals, everybody signs 1 year's deals. Some of them could be sitting there longer, but hey, maybe the Warner Bonner, she gets another ring, she retires. Then you might have a chance to go say, hey, I'm going after Asatu Sabli or somebody like that. But nevertheless, man, it's great to see how Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark chemistry is coming along. And I like it. I love how they talk about each other. They playing off each other. Like I say, this is the female version of Clay and Steph and everything like that. This is just the Splash Sisters. This is the dynamic duo, you know. So, and it's going to be great to see when the season kicks off and how they are going to really run the league. So, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, Live Wire Sports, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.